Let's take a look at what else is making news across the world. This is Gravitas Global Headlines.
Turkey's inflation climbs to its highest level since 1998, hitting an annual 73.5% in May, an issue troubling President Erdogan ahead of elections next year. A demonstration in Kenya against the threats posed by wildlife turned deadly as security forces killed 4 protesters. The protesters blocked the Nairobi-Mombasa highway for hours, using rocks and burning tires, which led to police intervention and fatal shootings. Multiple people were shot during a funeral in Racine, Wisconsin on Thursday, as people were paying final respects to a 37-year-old man. The shooting came a day after a gunman killed his surgeon and 3 other people at a hospital in Oklahoma. South Korea is all set to lift its quarantine requirement for foreign arrivals who have not been vaccinated against COVID-19 from June 8th. It will also start lifting aviation regulations imposed on international flights, but the government will maintain the requirement of a negative PCR test result prior to entry and a PCR test within 72 hours after arrival to keep a check on incoming travelers. In Sudan, police used tear gas to disperse protesters who took to the streets of the Sudanese capital of Khartoum on Thursday, ahead of the 3rd anniversary of a crackdown on mass protests in which dozens of peaceful protesters were killed. French diplomats went on a strike in front of France's foreign ministry, protesting the government's new plan to merge career diplomats with other civil servants. This policy will bring diplomats at the same level as other bureaucrats, and they will have to compete with civil servants from other fields for coveted diplomatic posts. Japan reports a record low number of births in 2021, prompting the biggest ever natural decline in the population, according to the government data. According to a new study, the snow-white Alps are increasingly turning green due to the impact of global heating as visible from space. Record 13-time champion Rafael Nadal reached his 14th French Open final after Alexander Zverev was forced to quit their semi-final after suffering a horror right ankle injury. Zverev was screaming in anguish and left the court in a wheelchair. The 3rd seed turned his ankle when he was trailing 7-6, 6-6 after more than 3 hours of play. Substitute Ricardo Horta grabbed a late equalizer as former champions Portugal came from behind to earn a 1-1 draw with Spain in their Nations League opener. Alvaro Morata had given Spain the lead in the 25th minute before Horta scored in the 82nd minute. This was the 4th straight draw between the Iberian rivals.
WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.